So we are sitting up here in the beautiful Baja Brewery rooftop. I got my main man, Rob Kelly, and we're just chilling, having some of his delicious beers. Rob and I go back a couple of years, met on the marina, probably like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and same donkey, different place.
That's right.
And used to be like located in the corner, kind of on the opposing side to where we're located now.
Yep.
And man, fell in love with the beer back then. Never got arrested as a result of it. You know, it's that delicious. It's that delicious. So I just wanted to take some time and come and talk to you, and because this is one of the most beautiful locations in all of Cabo San Lucas. We got Redondo Beach in the background, the Bahia, and you've been so generous with us in the past. We have our veterans program. You host us up here for a welcome dinner, Operation Billfish 2023, and it's always been good. The beer's amazing, and I just always love, and it's such a small community here, and you and I can't go out and eat with our families without running into each other at our favorite spots. So I want to take some time and talk to you about, tell us a story. Tell us the genesis of Baja Brewing Company.
Well, it started way back 17 years ago. Wow, so that's how long I've been down here. It flies, man. We've been open. We just had our 15-year anniversary, so it took a year to build and a year to set up. A lot of people don't know we were the first brewery, but the first alcohol producer in the history of the state. So there's never been anything. So there wasn't even a license to be had. We had to have legislation passed in Congress in Mexico City to get this done. So it was a process. But at the time, we were the 7th micro in the history of this country. So it was right in the nascency.
Single digits.
7, yeah. And then now there's, I think, 600 being built. So it's on the same trajectory as the U.S.
Wow.
And yeah, so, that's great, though. It took a little while for them because this is the 5th beer drinking country in the world.
Is correcto. Is correcto.
But it's all yellow fizzy beer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like light lagers and stuff like that. Everyone knows the names, but I'm not gonna say it. But so it's good to see that the palate has changed and people are getting into good beer.
Progress and evolution are a beautiful thing. I know culturally there's a big fear of change, but when something's introduced, and that's an important part of the history of this company is the legislation. Hey, here's this idea. I had an idea too, but I had somebody else's blueprint. I had somebody else's foundation to work from. I wasn't starting with a blank canvas and going hey, I think fishing in Cabo would be cool. No, I had the benefit of doing something you didn't.
Yeah.
Your family, you guys pushed all your chips to the center of the table and said, okay, we're gonna do this, and this is what it's gonna take.
Yep.
Dude, that's
ignorance is bliss, my friend.
that's manifest destiny too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a cool thing. That's a cool thing. But you make a good product.
Thanks.
For being the OGs, I guess you should now do a shirt the OG, the donkey's the OG, the burro.
Yeah, that's right.
But you guys started off with how many profiles? 3,
we
4?
originally started with 4.
4?
And just because of the fact that I was saying people didn't drink heavy beers, we didn't have an IPA, we didn't have anything. It was all baby steps. We didn't want to blow anybody out and just make them never try it again. So it was all, lighter beers, like a wheat beer, and we had our heaviest beer, I believe, was a brown. So baby steps, but it, obviously they're catching up, and we've got 12 beers on tap now, and we've got a full gamut.
In Costco.
Yeah, Costco.
No big deal.
Actually, something a little cooler than that. About 4 months ago, we just signed on. We're in every single Walmart in Mexico, so in the whole republic, 240. So that's pretty big.
Well, we'll have a low key cheers to
Yeah,
that
there
one.
you go.
Cheers to
All
that
right,
one. Yeah. Not Walmart, but to selling in Walmart.
Well, yeah.
No, what a cool platform! Absolutely cool platform. But one of the things that, necessity is the mother of invention, right? And a couple weeks ago, I was talking with our mutual friend Pete, that's got Chubby Noodle and Mother Flower, and
I'm a partner, Chevy.
And yeah, that's right. That's right. There's an involvement, and like one of the things that's crucial is like the use of what's around. Like so many people forget, like we're 1,000 miles away from what most consider civilization.
Yeah,
we're at Land's End, right?
Yep.
For whatever camera can see it, we're at the southern tip of North America, right here, right? And it's so important to utilize what's available and what's around. And just up the highway, not very far, is Todo Santos, where like the Mango Festival, and like you got Cerritos and Pescadero, where all this like beautiful agriculture and stuff comes from. You guys take from there, and utilize that, to put the flavor, the true flavor of Baja in the beer. Like I always get excited. The seasonals always like fire me up. I'm a West Coast guy, so like, like I should probably be wearing some kind of handkerchief or something to get like my hipster out. But like the mango wheat, like the Raz, like you guys are like taking flavors like the Surf Ride, like you're taking the flavors of Mexico and putting it in the beer. And like we won't mention the names of the other ones. Like that's not the taste of Mexico. That's the taste of beer.
Yeah, right.
Like
the mango wheat is very special to us. I mean, it came out of just organically happened, because there's a lot of mango trees there, that, right? And there's a lot, and there's so many that a lot of it just people it wastes. Like they just can't use it all. Yeah. So we had a friend that had a huge mango orchard, and we trade with them every summer for mangoes. We get 2 truckloads of mangoes to make one batch. And what we give him in return is our spent grain for his goats. You know what I mean? So it's like a little bartering system. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And the mangoes they're a lot of fun. It takes us a whole weekend, 2 days of 8 hours straight of 8 people. It always turns into a party, obviously. But peeling mangoes is not easy.
No, like I'm not a fan of it. Like every time like I have to deal with the mango, I'm always like, you look like you got this under control.
Exactly right.
I mean, I'll clean a fish all day. I can do it like anything with a fish. Put a mango in front of me, and I'm like, they're labor intensive.
Yes, absolutely. So it's a love-hate relationship. You know what I mean? But it's fun. The community gets behind it. We get people that are lined up to sign up to do this.
And that's the thing is like, there's a lot of freedom on the other side of hard work, and like when people like spend time and there's adversity, together, but at the end there's this really cool product. Like it's joy, right?
Yeah.
Like, like not to quote Solomon, Ecclesiastes, but like you should take joy in your turmoil. Like you should enjoy it. Like work hard, play hard, right? Drink hard. Speaking of. Well, the grain thing for the goat, that's wild. Like
and we
that's
also
cool.
get goat cheese out of it too.
What?
Yeah, so that's for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a great little dynamic we have.
I might need to hit you up on some of that cheese.
Oh, it's good stuff too.
I might have a small affliction.
Yeah.
It's not quite an addiction, but it's an affliction. But you utilize other stuff from the beer making process into other products.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
We're gonna have one here in a little bit, but like you use like your beer and your beer yeast to benefit your pizza.
Yeah. Our dough is pretty special. We actually had a little, not name dropping, but a little blurb in Food and Wine magazine about our pizzas.
No big deal.
But so we use our beer in our dough itself. We don't use any water. We use our special beer yeast, and you'll see that the seeds on the outside are spent grain, the barley that we use to make the beer.
No, but that's brilliant, right? But it's also, again, back necessity is the mother of invention. Like, what resources do we have available?
Right.
How can we best utilize those resources? And that's the flavor of Mexico, right? Like, that's the flavor of Baja Sur. And you guys do that in so many different ways. So right now, we're at the rooftop location. Yep. You also have San Jose. But, like, I send people up here for, 1, the beer, 2, some of the things you do. The pizza is amazing. We're going to have one here in a little bit. But, man, you guys do like a pasteur.
Yeah.
Like a legit pasteur. But you do it on the table.
Yeah,
like,
it's unique.
So not like the street where someone's like, ka, 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 cheek. No, you're like, It's on the table. Here you go. Like, you get to have that experience at your table.
Get your own personal taco cart at your table.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's
like,
pretty cool.
I always tell people, I'm like, if you got time and you want a real taco, and then go wash it down with a delicious beer.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, who came up with that idea on the table? Because that's a labor-intensive product.
My partner Jordan, Tijuana is like the mother of all pastoral areas.
Yeah.
There's taco stands on every corner and stuff, and it just kind of hit us. Like, I designed it and everything. It was his idea, and I was like, you know what, I can build this. You know what I mean? And I put it together, and came out great. You know what I mean?
It did.
Yeah.
It did. Like it did.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Like it did. That's my problem with Cabo. That's
Yeah.
why we're doing this. Is because like I get fat. I eat really well.
Yeah,
Like I don't
exactly.
eat bad food. Like we eat super clean.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I have too many good friends with amazing food.
Yeah.
Amazing food.
And also, it doesn't help when you live in a destination. So, like, I swear I have some group visiting every week,
Nah.
friends or something.
I also have that affliction.
Right.
I mean, I love it.
It's a great thing. but-
It's a joy to entertain.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. That's our job. We're in the memory
Exactly.
business,
We're
right?
hosts. Yeah, professional hosts.
What how did this come to be? Because
What?
I mean, this is one of the best views in town.
Mhm.
This is one of the best locations in town. Like, when you were like, who came up with like, hey, we need to like go to the top floor?
Well, that's actually a great story. That's the greatest compliment I've ever gotten in my life. Was when the owners of this hotel, they were on date night in San Jose, in our location in San Jose, and we had just they were walking by, and we just opened about 8 months ago, and it was the summertime, which is really slow usually, and we were pretty bumping. And they're Americans, and they said, the wife said to the Jed, he said, you need to talk to these guys, and they came in, and we hit it off, and he says, have you ever been to this rooftop? I was like, yeah, a couple times. He said, what do you think? I said, well, it was very different back then.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I think it could be a lot better. He says, I agree. I want to give it to you. I want you to do what you did here and put it up there. And
I
that's-
accept.
No, but think about that. That's like the greatest compliment
Right?
that you can ever get. A stranger. And then it worked out,
Did you play hard to get?
Oh,
You're like, man, I'm gonna probably have to pray on it. Amen. Yes.
Yes. It was not easy though. Building on a rooftop
No.
is much harder than it sounds.
No.
I mean, the elevator didn't go all the way to the top, so I mean.
No,
bringing
I
it-
remember that. We used to drop off the floor below, and we
Yep.
came up like the final
Yep.
flight. I remember
And
that.
Think about materials and building and all that. It was
Coming
not
up the
easy.
stairwell,
Yeah.
coming
Oh, yeah.
off the sides.
We couldn't
Yeah.
use the elevators because the stuff was too heavy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it was 7 floors. You know what I mean? That's
No,
not easy.
See, like those are those little things, right?
Yeah.
And again, add, tall walls, add water.
Yeah.
Like add all these other environmental variables and factors, and like people forget about that. Like everyone has this idea it's like Vegas that you can just like,
Right.
I'm just gonna like bring in this and do this, and it's like, no, that's not always how it works.
No.
That's not how it happens.
It's
Add
just-
add permitting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And-
And you just don't have the goods here. You know, what I mean, you don't have like what you take for granted in the U.S. You just go to the store and get this. No, that doesn't exist. you
No,
know?
like the
Remember back then there was no Walmart.
No.
There was no.
It's like
yeah.
I tell people all the time, I'm like, the dynamic of sourcing, has improved with Costco
Sure.
and Walmart, but like and Home Depot. That made a big impact
huge.
big impact. Well, a lot of people forget. You and I both invest in bar stools. You and I both invest in tables.
Oh yeah.
They're hard to get,
Yeah.
and a lot of times we're having to get them manufactured here or fabricated here, to serve. Like, you can't just be like, oh man, there's 100 contractors that could make this bar. There's not.
No.
There's a couple of guys, and then it's like you got to get them, and then you got to get the materials for them, and then people forget about that. Again, it's the Land's End.
I mean, it's a give and take, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, give, take.
I mean, it's worth it though. It's worth it.
I know we talked about it earlier, but I want to revisit it. You have been so generous with our veteran program in the past. Like I mean, how many years has it been? 10, 8 years?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, like, and so, you know, for the people that don't know, like every year we put on a veteran event. You know, we've changed the name of it this year a little bit.
Right.
But, you know, we bring some very deserving veterans down here to Cabo San Lucas and take them on a dream outdoor adventure on the water, as well as like other little activities in town. And our first stop, our welcome, you know, like we get them checked into the lodging, and then it's like, all right, let's go, boys and girls sometimes.
Yeah.
And you know, we come here and you know we you know have some delicious pizzas and some wings and some quesadillas and you know pastor, and then we wash it down with some of your delicious beer, and it like sets the tone for that event, and like letting everyone just kind of look out and see like, hey, this is where you're at. There's no better place to launch that event from than right here. And you know, like just really grateful for that. And you know, like I want it on the record, you know, like how much like, and I know you have a family connection, you know, you know, so if you want to tell the
well, I was born on an Army base, Fort Bliss, largest Army base in the world, Texas, El Paso. Father's Lieutenant Colonel, lifer, you know what I mean? And so I grew up on an Army base, moving every 2 years, 3 high schools in 4 years, 2 countries.
Yeah.
So not easy, but
what U.S. and where?
U.S., Korea, and well, U.S. again. Yeah.
Oh, you were in Korea?
Yeah.
Oh, like I wasn't, dude. Like, well, I was up north, but we would go to the big city, what we called the Smile Zone.
The Smile Zone.
Yeah, we would go to the Smile Zone, you know, because it wasn't on the like up north, like everyone's like walks around like stoic, scowly, you know, like they get down like Yongsan, everyone's like happy to like they're like Korea's awesome, like.
Well,
which it is,
that's where we were at.
which it is. But like no, like that was a cool high school.
Yeah, it was 2 years there, 1 year in Oakland, California, 1 year in Colorado Springs.
What year did you graduate?
93.
Oh no, I bet I might know a classmate of yours. Oh. Genevieve Chase. Maybe I think. Well, I can't remember what year she graduated.
Well, I didn't graduate from there though. So
but she like I know that she did part of her high school, and I know somebody else that like did their high school there.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they, you know, like because it wasn't like it wasn't too far away from the like Dragon Hill Lodge. And all that
it's
stuff.
right across the street. We used to
Yeah.
go there for lunch all the time.
Yeah.
That's funny. Nice.
I did. Hey,
I thought about that in a while.
No, I don't think about it a lot. But like I liked my time in Korea.
Oh yeah.
No, I fell in love with the food. I fell in love with the people, and hype beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like again, you know, like I'm a connoisseur. No, I don't know if that's the right word.
It's a connoisseur. Or,
like a partaker.
Connoisseur,
I'm a partaker. I'm a partaker. No, but no, that's wild. But I've always been like grateful. Everyone in the organization's been grateful because it means a lot, and you know, extending that generosity, you know, and hosting us here.
Literally the least we could do. I mean, I just so proud, and just to give back a little bit, you know what I mean? Just being a part of it, you know, growing up and just seeing these guys, and they're just, you know, they've given everything they've got to this, and you know, a lot of them, you know, are injured and stuff, and it's it's just a lot of fun, and these guys are just amazing people.
So I don't know if you guys can see, but like on his breast there, he's rocking the donkey. The man, like my kids love the merch. I love the merch. Like you got a pretty good little merch section, and then that's one of the neat things is like I love it, you know, like when you're like somewhere not here, and you see somebody wearing something like familiar. And I've been in an airport and like not on a flight coming here, like an airport. You know, like DC area, and like seeing someone in a Baja hoodie, and I was like, Baja, like I love that stuff. Like, do you ever see that? Like, and you get fired up. You're like,
absolutely.
Man, we did that. That's awesome.
We were in Peru, you know, Machu Picchu, me and my wife, and we saw a Baja Brewing shirt on the other peak, and I chased her down. And she was like, yeah, my dad has a house in the East Cape. This is in Peru, on the top of Machu Picchu.
Like, one of the most secluded places on earth.
That made my year.
Like, people are going to seek enlightenment.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like,
that's pretty special.
No, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna down a pizza here in a little bit. Anything you want to cover?
Yeah, if you guys do
Yeah.
make it out down here, if you like music, we've got live music every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we're also quite a venue for weddings. So
True.
you can see this view and you can understand why. So hit me up.
Yeah, no, and everything will be like on the banner, and because I've seen weddings like up here,
We
I've
do
come
about
up,
6 to 8 a month.
yeah. Also, as my kids say, low key, like cool spot, Day of the Dead boat parade viewing spot
Yep.
up here because you see everything.
Oh,
at
and
night,
also think about like fireworks. Like say New Year's or
Oh.
4th of July, we're like almost eye level.
Oh,
so
the
it's
fireworks.
Like, it's
and the
3D
drone
right
show.
there.
The
Yeah,
drone
yep,
show now,
yep.
like do fireworks and a drone
Yep,
show right
that's
on right here. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
they're all from barges right here in the water.
Yeah, dude, still one of the best views. And one of the things I love in the evening and early morning is and everyone knows I love rays, mobiles, and man, watching them jump.
Oh, yeah.
Right now they're not because there's a plethora of vessels out there.
Yeah.
But watching the rays jump and stuff and seeing them
the
doing
water's
back.
boiling.
Yeah, and they're doing
just-
backflips. They're having a ton of fun,
Yeah.
and it's really cool.
Well, and the whale watching in the winter too. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
world class.
that is this year's been wild. I mean, they're here so late. I mean, it's been an extra month.
Yeah, right.
We've really been spoiled this
Yep,
year,
yep.
and I feel bad because people are manage expectations.
Yeah,
They're gonna
right.
be like, oh well, I was there in March last year and there was whales everywhere. It's
Right.
that's
Sometimes,
maybe
yeah,
maybe
exactly, sometimes.
the whales get a vote too.
Yeah, right.
But they had an extended winter.
Yeah.
Puxatani Phil, and the whales, they have some kind of mammal connection.
There you go.
And he was like, no, you guys should stay. You should stay down there. It's not good up here. You should stay down there. But, yep. We're good.
We're good?
You
Oh,
know,
sure.
you
Easy.
bring out the pizza and then
Oh,
we're
yeah. We ready now?
yeah. Tell us what we got here, my man.
All right, so this is our beer pizza. So like I said earlier, we've got our beer instead of water in the dough. We've got our special beer yeast, which makes it rise a little bit. And then we've got the spent grain, the barley.
Dude,
That's our 2-row barley. And then obviously some great toppings.
Can't beat it. And
And it's thin crust, so it's all flavor. No doughy waste.
yeah, well, that's the thing is everyone in the world thinks they know how to make pizza.
Right, right.
Everyone in the world is wrong. Well, I'm gonna have a little piece,
Please.
and then you're like, I eat it every day.
I know,
I'm like, I'd like to eat it every day, but my nutritionist,
See, I like that nice crunch.
yeah. Well, the cool thing is the seeds, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's delicious, brother.
Nice.
That's delicious.
Well, it's made with beer. You can't go wrong.
I mean, right? I mean, if only I liked it.
Yeah, right.
Beer. But man, I appreciate you, brother.
Oh man, it's my
And,
pleasure. Thanks
so
for having me.
thanks for talking to us about the beer. Thanks about telling us the history of this place. Thanks for being a friend.
Yeah.
And man, come to, when you're in Cabo.
Come on. I'm usually up here,
Yeah.
so come up and have a beer and a shot of tequila with me.
And you can invite me too.
Yeah, there you go.
Cause I'll come. I'll drink a beer with you. It's true. All right, brother.
Hey,
Appreciate you, man.
You got it, man.
Thanks,
All
bud.
right.
Thanks, everybody. And we will see you on the next episode of our Cabo Culture section of the Cabo Fishing Podcast. Cabo Fishing Podcast.
Nice, man.
Todo bien?
One take.
They love me for that.